इसमें क्या है कि when we talk about the coordinate geometry, तो इसमें we must know कि it's all about uh, the coordinates, different points, okay? And when you have different points over here, so how do you get different shapes? By connecting them together, okay? Acha. Now suppose I have a line here. This is a vertical line. Okay. Now suppose this is passing through this 5 through the x-axis. Okay. And I take different points on it. There is a point A, which is, let's say, 5, 10. There is a point B, which is 5, 1. And here is a point C, which is 5, -6. Okay. First of all, you must remember that if this is the x-axis and this one is the y-axis, if you look at this vertical line and you look at the coordinates of the points A, B, and C, so what is the equation of this line? Yeah. Can anyone tell us what is the equation of this line?
X is equal to
We could not hear you, Vita. What is the equation of this line?
x is equal to 5.
The equation is x equal to 5. Now, why do we have the equation x equal to 5 here? Why do we say that the equation is x equal to 5?
Because all the x coordinates are 5.
Exactly. Now, basically, the equation of a line, you must remember this, the equation of a line tells us about the coordinates of the points on that line. What is the relationship between the x coordinates and the y coordinates? So when we say that x equal to 5, all of you please remember this. When we say that x equal to 5, so that means the x coordinate is fixed. So when the x coordinate is fixed, that can only happen when you have a vertical line, okay? So the equation for a vertical line, that is going to be in the form x equal to a, okay? And where this a is the x-intercept. It is the value, it is a point through which your line is going to pass through the x-axis, okay? So if there is a vertical line, its equation is going to be in the form x equal to 5. In this way, you all must remember that what is the equation for the y-axis then? What will be the equation for the y-axis? Yes? So this way, y-axis can also be called x equal to 0. You see, this is really confusing because this is the y-axis, but its equation says x equal to 0. Because we know that you take any point on the y-axis, the x coordinate is always going to be 0. Okay? Achha. So when we say that this is a vertical line and the x coordinates, they are going to be fixed and it's only the y coordinates that are going to be changing. So this will help us determine the distance between any points on this vertical line. For instance, if I ask you that what is the distance AB here? Can you tell me without using a formula, what is the distance AB over here?
9.
Yeah, that is 9. That is basically the difference between the y coordinates. Okay, so that is 10 minus this 1. This gap is going to be 10 minus 1. Okay, this is going to be 9 units. And similarly, what is going to be the distance AC? Now, please, same student must not be responding all the times. Let me ask from, yes, Amna Hassan, what do you say? What will be the distance um, AC?
16.
Yes, that will
16.
be 16 exactly. That is 10. So this distance AC is basically 10 minus 6. So that is going to be 16. So remember two things now. One is the um, that this vertical line has the equation x equal to a, and then the distance can be calculated mentally without using any formula, okay? And the third thing is its gradient. The gradient is basically the rise over run. That gradient is that uh, if you go from one point to the other point, you have to see that what is the vertical displacement and what is the horizontal displacement. Now, if you look at the points A and B, is there any difference in their x coordinates? You see that there is no difference, but there is a difference in their y coordinates. So this, if you try to calculate the gradient of a vertical line, that is going to be, like in this case, this will be 9 over 0. So that means this is going to be infinity. Okay? This m, this gradient basically defines its slope, that how steep is this this line. So there is no steepness, or like this is too steep to be calculated, to be mentioned. So its steepness is undefined over here. That is why the vertical line's gradient is always equal to infinity. So remember three things about a vertical line. One thing is its equation, that is x equal to a. A vertical equation can simply be represented by its x coordinates, which are always going to be the same, okay? And that is why we name it like x equal to 5 or x equal to 0. And then the distance between the points on a vertical line, you can find them mentally without using any distance formula. And then its gradient is always going to be infinity, okay? Now, we move to the next part of this segment, where I'll be telling you about the horizontal lines. Yeah, any guesses what is the equation of a horizontal line? How do we write the equation of horizontal line?
Y is equal to A, where A is the y-intercept.
Oh, Zainab, is it you, Zainab? Or who's
Yes,
this?
sir.
Zainab, you're always, mashallah, responding. Let some other people try this as well,
Sure,
bete.
sir.
Thank you very much. So I have a line here. Bacho, please remember, the more you participate, the more you will be confident and better you will be as a professional in your future, inshallah. So try to respond, try to participate in these discussions. There is no use of this shyness. This shyness, you can't sell this anywhere, this shyness, okay? So come out of your shells, okay, and participate here. Tell what do you think about this concept, so that we can learn from you or we can make you learn, okay? So now suppose we have 5 over here. If I take any point, for example, there is a point over here. Let's say this point is P, and this is 10 comma 5. There is a point Q, and suppose this is 2 comma 5. There is a point R, and this is, let's say, minus 8 comma 5. So you must see that all these points on this line, they have a fixed y coordinate. So that is why the equation of this line now would be named as y equal to 5. Because anywhere you go on this line, you will see that the y coordinate is going to be, uh, 5. Okay. So when the y coordinate is 5, so you see that you can um, name this as y equal to 5. Okay. Now the second thing, as we did in case of that um, vertical line, that if I ask you to tell me that what is the distance PQ? Okay, let me ask from Mehma, what is the distance PQ beta here? Mhm. Yes? Mehma, can you hear us? Can you tell us quickly what is the distance PQ?
8.
That
8,
is,
sir.
yes, yes, beta. Very good. That is 8 because you have simply subtracted the y coordinates. This 10 minus this 2, okay? So this is 10 minus 2. So this distance is 8. So there's no need to think about applying a distance formula over here. Similarly, you can tell that what is this distance PR over here? Yes? Can Maha Zaki tell us what is this distance PR? Yes, Maha Bete?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll add -8 and 10.
So what will be the distance then? Mhm. Yes.
Uh, 18.
Yeah, that is 18. You basically have to find, like as we did here, 10 minus 2, that is 8. So you will be saying this is 10 minus 8, okay? So the bigger minus the smaller. So that will give you the distance 18 over here. So distance between these two.
But sir, I have a question.
Okay? Quickly, please be quick. Yeah.
Aren't we gonna add this up because that's mm, like that's more?
Look at this beta. Basically, for example, let's say you had some, like, let's talk about your account, okay? Like, let's say you had in the beginning of the year, there were 2 lakh rupees in your account. And by the end of the year, there were 12 lakh rupees in your account, okay? So how much increase has there been in your money? Tell us quickly. Hurry up, beta. How much is the increase? What is the gap between these two values?
Oh yes, 10. I get it.
10. Okay. Now suppose if you were in debt in the beginning of the year, suppose you were owing 5 lakh rupees to the bank, okay? And then, like, you made some savings, you earned some money, and you reached up to this level from -5 to 12. So how much have you earned throughout the year? What has been the gap between these two values? Hmm? Yes, please be quick. Yes.
17.
Yeah, that is 17. So that is the,
17.
yeah, it is 12 minus 5. So basically, when you're finding the distance, you're finding the difference between the locations of these 2 points. That from this y-axis, this is located 2 units from the y-axis. And this point is located 10 units from the y-axis, okay? So what is the gap between them? So that is 10 minus 2, that is going to be 8, okay? And this is already towards the left, okay? This gap is 8 over here, and this gap over here is 10. So the total gap between these 2 points is going to be 18. Or you can simply find the difference between these 2 uh, points, as you did here in this case of this, like, the money matters over here. Okay, so the first thing about these horizontal lines, that a horizontal line's gradient is, I mean, its equation is going to be, whenever you have a horizontal line, so the equation for the horizontal line is always written in terms of y equal to c, where the c is the y-intercept. And this is very famous. You have done this a lot of time. You have talked about this. You have used this y-intercept a lot when you were writing the equations of the line in the form y is equal to mx plus c. So you know the c already, okay? And the second thing is that, again, you can find the distance without using any distance formula. You just find the difference in the x coordinates in this case. And thirdly, if we talk about its gradient, you see that there is no steepness over here. This is a flat horizontal line, okay? So the gradient of a horizontal line is 0. Remember that whenever we say that there is a horizontal line, there is a line parallel to the x-axis. So in other words, this means that its gradient is going to be 0, okay? Now, I'll be moving to the